Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lawrence, Kansas. We are at Free State High School in Lawrence for the 2023 Firebirds Winter Classic Girls Basketball Tournament. Your Northwest Grizzlies will be taking on the Topeka Trojans in approximately 25 minutes from now. The games before ours today are running a bit long. What you're seeing is a timeout being taken in the game between the Goddard Eisenhower Tigers and the Great Bend Panthers. Eisenhower is in white. Great Bend is in black. We will show you the last minute 43 of the contest, which is what remains on the clock. And then we will go to the pregame interview with head coach Marcus Myers prior to the Grizzlies contest with Topeka. Grizzlies are the number 6 seed out of this 18 tournament, coming into the game at 4-5. Topeka, the number 3 seed, 6-3 is the most recent information we were able to obtain. We know that it's not their actual record, but it gives you an indication of where they are on the season. Also in the tournament, the number 1 seed is the host school, the Lawrence Free State Firebirds. They took on Topeka West earlier this afternoon. Lawrence Free State won that game. We do not have a final score. We hope to get that for you before we go off air. The second game of the day is the game you're watching. And I said it was Goddard Eisenhower, and I'm incorrect. It's Blue Valley. I don't know why I know why I said Eisenhower, because they both have the same mascot. Blue Valley Tigers are playing. They're in white, and they're taking on the Great Bend Panthers, so my apologies for that mistake. Score of that game right now, Blue Valley leads Great Bend 58-40 with 91 seconds remaining in the contest. Then there'll be a 20-minute break while the next two teams warm up, and then the contest between third-seeded Topeka and 6th-seeded Northwest out of Wichita. The Eisenhower Tigers are in this tournament. They are the number 2 seed. Can I start over, folks? I've got this all messed up. I'm going to start all over. And I even told my wife, by the way, my wife Donna has joined me. She is our executive producer tonight. And we'll be running the camera. And we were talking before we went on air, and I even commented, why would Lawrence Free State play in the first game? And they did not. It's Lawrence High School that played in the first game against Topeka West, and Lawrence High School is the number 1 seed in the tournament, not Free State. So let me start over. Lawrence High School beat Topeka West. Blue Valley is leading Great Bend right now, 58-40, with 1:10 remaining. We will play next against Topeka, and then the number 2 seed, Eisenhower Tigers out of Goddard, Kansas, will take on Lawrence Free State, the host school, who are the number 7 seed in the tournament. Winners will play tomorrow. Losers will also play tomorrow. Northwest will play tomorrow either at 4:30 if they lose tonight, or 7:30 should they win tonight. And we will be here to bring you that game live whenever it is. We will tell you that, among other things, our internet signal is not very good coming out of this gym here tonight. They do not have hardwired internet here at Lawrence Free State, which really surprises me, because there's an actual Ethernet junction box 15 feet from where we're sitting, and it's not hot, so it doesn't work. We're using the hotspot tonight, and as a result, we had to reduce the resolution a little bit to get a signal out. The lighting in here also is not very good. It's a very dark gymnasium, so your picture's going to look a little dark tonight. Plenty of light for the players to see, however, and Blue Valley just knocked home a 3 to go to 61-40. 15 seconds remain. Now a foul is called. Great Bend will go to the line here with 13 seconds remaining. want to take a moment also to thank our host for the weekend, the athletic director here at Lawrence Free State, Jared Shaw, who's also an assistant principal here. We thank him for his hospitality and helping get us set up. And in all honesty and in all candor to him, he is not very experienced at dealing with live streaming and what people need, and he managed to get it done, and he had to do it at the last minute. We were sitting up here in our booth with no electricity when we first got here, and it took him a little while, but he ran a cord up here, and we sure appreciate him doing that, and we appreciate his hospitality and the hospitality of everybody here at Free State today. If you've seen the news today, you know that there was a little excitement here today. I'm not going to talk much about it, except to tell you that I walked in the middle of it here at 1 o'clock this afternoon, not knowing what was going on, and I've never seen a more professionally handled situation in my life as I saw here at Lawrence Free State today. And my compliments to the administration here at Free State for the way they handled the situation and the way they got it all resolved. Good for them. That's the final buzzer of the second game of the day. 61-41, the final. Blue Valley takes it, and Blue Valley will play Lawrence tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Great Bend will play Topeka West tomorrow at 3 p.m. in the losers bracket game of this tournament. Grizzlies have taken the floor to warm up. You can see them running down the sideline, heading for the basket to our immediate right. Grizzlies are the designated visiting team in this game today. And I won't even speculate on what color jerseys they're wearing. They all have their smocks on, but I believe they're wearing their blue jerseys with gold trim, and Donna has confirmed that. So blue jerseys, blue trunks, and gold trim for the Grizzlies here in this contest. We have one personnel note, actually two. And the first one has to do with the manager of the Grizzlies, who is injured. That's Autumn Austin, the manager of the Grizzlies. She is walking around. If you may see her in the picture somewhere, she has a splint on her right hand. She jammed 2 fingers on her right hand in practice yesterday. And the other injury is to number 21, Aaliyah Richard. Aaliyah broke her pinky in the game against Heights on Tuesday night and did not know it until after the game was over. She played with a broken finger throughout the entire second half of that game. She is wearing a splint at the moment. As you see her heading down the free throw line, you can see a splint on her right hand. She is going to wear the splint will come off. She is going to tape her pinky and the ring finger next to it together with adhesive tape and try and play the game in that manner. She does want to play today, and the athletic trainer at Northwest, Tommy Gonzalez, the best in the business, has given her the green light to play in this game. Girls are warming up. We're going to go ahead. We're going to take a 60-second timeout, and then Marcus Myers will join us for our pregame interview. Stay with us. It's tournament time here at Lawrence Free State. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel, and this is Grizzly Basketball.
Hey man, you going out for football?
Band class still needs you, man.
Kansas students have choices to do or not to do. The Kansas State High School Activities Association urges everyone to participate because when activities stop, nobody wins.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lawrence, Kansas. It's tournament time for the girls varsity basketball team, and they are in the Firebirds tournament at Lawrence Free State this weekend. First game tonight coming up at the top of the hour will feature the Grizzlies and Topeka High School, someone we won't see during the regular year, so that ought to be interesting. Joined by head coach Marcus Myers. And Coach, before we talk about tonight's game, let's talk a little bit about the game on Tuesday night against Heights, which started with such promise and then ended in such disappointment.
Yes, it did. It really did. I thought we were going to have a better outing, and we got a lot to work on.
Heights, of course, if you didn't see it, folks, we actually led at the end of the first quarter, 11-8, and then the wheels kind of came off. But one of the things that I did notice, despite the fact that Heights kind of took it to us in the middle two quarters, those kids never gave up. They played hard the whole time.
They did. We got to give credit to Heights. They made some adjustments from their game prior. Our game plan was solid going through, and then we just lost us there and couldn't gain it back.
So how do you approach going into the tournament this weekend against teams that we don't normally see? How do you approach the practice on Wednesday and then this morning going into the game tonight against Topeka?
After the Heights game, we worked on fixing us and watched a lot of film on Topeka, which is another great team. But we have to fix ourselves before we go into Topeka. But the girls are excited. A new team they haven't seen before, and traveling. It should be something that we need at this point.
And traveling offers some different variables. For one thing, they're going to be together for 3 days straight, as we have 3 games in 3 days in this tournament. So not only will they be at practice and on the court, but they'll be together in the hotel. What do you plan on happening during the off time, especially at the hotel, while we're up here in Lawrence?
Yes, with these 3 days, it's something that our team, Grizzlies, we need it. We need these 3 days together. It's like boot camp for us and team bonding. We eat a lot. We eat a lot, and have a guest speaker coming out, Coach Karzak from Derby, old coach I used to work with, and we've been to just bond a little, and we need that badly at this point.
After the recent disappointment, I can understand where you would say that. And it's kind of a shame that the tournament is so late in the season. I always like to see the tournaments earlier in the season because of the bonding aspect of it. They traveled up there together. They stay together the whole time. And it really gets, even though family is the theme, you really get the sense of family during these tournaments.
Absolutely. I believe they will enjoy the hotel, picking their rooms and eating popcorn and snacks all night, talking. So this is one moment of the season I do enjoy.
What's the practice schedule during the day when they're up here at Lawrence Free State? Do they have access to the gym there during the non-game playing time?
It'll be mornings. We get to walk through before the tournament starts. We get to try to watch film on like an iPad or TV for our next opponent, which could be Eisenhower. I can't think of the other team, but
who's on the other side as well. But.
So that's the fun part about it. We get to watch the other team. I think they play it right after us, so that's going to be enjoyable.
And you get a chance to do the in-person scouting report as a matter of just watching. I know you'll have the whole team up there watching that next game.
Yes, we will. It's definitely our staff. We're notepad and ready for the next one.
Okay. What's the injury situation after the Heights game?
Leah Richard have a broken pinky, so she's going to still try to give it a go. She's questionable, but we'll see. She had it at the Heights game, and I didn't even know until the next day.
Does she have it like set in a cast, or is she wearing a splint, or what's the medical aspect of it?
She's wearing a splint. I asked her if she wanted to play and what's going on. I asked our trainer, and they gave her the thumbs up, but we will see how it goes.
Okay. Anybody else?
That is all.
All righty. Well, we'll see how it goes with Aaliyah, and wish you the best of luck tonight against Topeka High, and look forward to a visit tomorrow before our next opponent, whoever that is.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Head coach Marcus Myers on our pregame show. We're going to take a 90-second timeout. Then we'll be back with the starting lineup and the play-by-play of tonight's game against Topeka High. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel, and this is Grizzly Basketball.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Wichita Northwest Grizzlies basketball is on the air. Welcome to another season of basketball, Grizzly style, as Northwest pursues a 6A state title. Follow your Grizzlies all season long on their YouTube page with links available at NWHS Grizz. Grizzlies basketball is sponsored this year in part by Mel Hambledon Ford at the big corner of 119th West and Kellogg. We're better. We're proving it. You be the judge. And by Andrews Cleaning Service, with programs for residential, commercial, or special cleaning projects. Check them out at wichitacleaningservice.com. And by Keystone Solid Services, providing quality granite countertop products for your home. Check them out at KeystoneSolidServices.com. And by Todd Eflin Narrates, voice acting for just about anything with words, commercials, training videos, audiobook, and telephone services. Find me at toddeflin.com. That's TODDEFLIN.com. And now, let's go courtside for today's contest. And your host, Kevin Arkin.
Thank you, Todd Eflin. Good afternoon and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome again to Lawrence Free State High School for the Lawrence Free State Firebirds Winter Classic basketball tournament, girls basketball tournament. Today your Grizzlies will take on the Trojans of Topeka High School in a non-league contest that is the first round contest of this Winter Classic. The winner of our game will play the winner of Eisenhower out of Goddard and the host school, Lawrence Free State. The winners will play, and the losers will play each other tomorrow. The losers playing at 4:30, winners playing at 7:30. We'll give you that information as we know it. Hopefully we're playing the late game tomorrow night. That would certainly be nice. We're about 2 minutes away from the introduction of the starting lineups. Looking forward to a fun evening and a great evening of basketball here from Lawrence. I always love it. Tournament time is my favorite time. We get to play schools that we would not play in the regular year, and we get to play schools that we would not see otherwise. So the odds on our seeing Topeka again after tonight, quite honestly, are not very good. There's an outside chance in the playoffs as they are also 6A, but that's it. During the and as we give instruction to the kids, I have to also play director for my wife. So when they start introducing players, just keep it on our kids. And again, we're awaiting the introduction of the starting lineups 1 minute from now. I want to welcome everybody on board wherever you are. We're hoping we have a big audience from back home in Wichita. We'll tell you, Lawrence got a lot more snow than we did. I would say that there's probably 4 inches of snow on the ground here, at least. And it's cold here. It didn't get very warm. It did not get above freezing here today. The high today was 30 degrees. So they didn't have any snow melt today. They may make 40 tomorrow, they say. And, of course, if you're planning on going to the Chiefs game this weekend, it's going to be in the teens at kickoff at Arrowhead Stadium. And Mrs. Arkin and I will be at home in our living room watching it in front of the warm fire. Boys have the week off. The boys also coming off a loss at home against the Heights Falcons. They will take on North on Tuesday. And I believe that game will be at North. We will look that up here and tell you that as we give you programming notes later on in this one. Okay, it's time for the introduction of the starting lineups. Grizzlies, the visiting team, in their blue uniforms with gold trim. Topeka in their home whites. Kenzie Edwards, number 1 for Northwest, a 5'1" junior guard. For Topeka, it's number 1, LaDacia Baird. LaDacia Baird is a junior, 5'4" guard. For Northwest, it'll be Aaliyah Richard, broken finger and all. Number 21, a sophomore, 5'2" guard. And for Topeka, it's number 12, Kamara Marshall. Marshall, a 5'3" freshman guard. For Northwest, Innocent Robinson, number 23. Robinson, a junior, 5'5" guard. And for Topeka, it's number 14, Addison Carroll, a senior, 5'11" forward. For Northwest, Sasha Reed, number 24. Sasha's a junior at 5'9". She plays forward. And for Topeka, number 23 is Kiki Smith, a 5'8" senior guard. For Northwest, getting the start tonight, Aubrey Navarrete, a freshman, 5'9" forward, number 30. And for Topeka, number 45, Jamira Benning, is a 6' sophomore forward. Those are your starters for tonight. The head coach for Topeka is Brittany Redmond, and the coaching staff for Northwest, Marcus Myers, assisted by Brian Bernard and Christina Commons. Getting set for the opening tip here. Hope you enjoy the broadcast of Northwest and Topeka. Northwest will be playing from left to right here in the first half. Sasha Reed to do the opening tip along with Jamara Benning. Had to get Aubrey in the right spot. Now we're ready to go. And the opening tip is won by Topeka. In the paint, Benning has it taken away by Robinson. A quick steal here for Northwest. Robinson gives it to Richard. Back to Robinson. Robinson in the paint, a whistle. And we have a foul called early here. It's going to be an offensive foul on Sasha Reed. And that will turn the ball over to Topeka. Smith with it, bringing it down the court. Now gives it off to Marshall. Back to Smith. Around the horn it goes. A three-pointer by Baird. Good. Baird for three. And the Grizzlies trail early. Edwards with the ball for Northwest. Brings it across the timeline. She's out there with Richard, Robinson, Reed, and Navarrete. Back to Aaliyah Richard. Navarrete thinking about it. Now brings it out, top of the key, pulls it all the way back out. 3-2 zone being employed here by Topeka. Richard for three. Off the heel, no good. The rebound to Richard, gets her own rebound. Navarrete tries a three. It's good! Aubrey Navarrete ties it up. Underneath, it's Benning for two, and she makes it. 5-3, Grizzlies trail. 6:14 to go in the first quarter. Robinson brings it up, and it's knocked out of play by Kenzie Edwards. That will turn it over to Topeka. Inbounding will be Kamira Marshall. Marshall will get it into Smith. And we have substitutions coming in here. For Topeka coming in. I didn't see who came in. We'll get that for you momentarily. Number one came in. LaDacia Baird came back in for Topeka. Baird has the ball now. Underneath and out. Here's a three-point try and good. Three-pointer by Marshall. Makes it 8-3. Edwards underneath to Reed. Reed goes up. Fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot a pair. Fouls on LaDacia Baird. That's the first team foul of the half for the Trojans. Reed is at the line, shooting two. Her first one off the rim, no good. Reed will make her second attempt. 8-3, Grizzlies trail. Ball to be inbounded now by Navarrete. She gets it into Richard. Richard, oh, she threw it away, and that meant we're going to blame the broken finger on that one. Ball will be inbounded by Topeka. Anaya Leisman inbounds it to Kiki Smith. Back to Leisman. There's a ball that was tipped. And a three-point try. Nothing but net Kiki Smith joins the three-pointer club. And the Grizzlies down by 8 early, and now there's a foul called. Foul is on Robinson. Now we have a full timeout being taken by Northwest. We're going to go ahead, and we're going to take the timeout with them as well. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. Coming out of the timeout, we have free throws being taken by Kamira Marshall. Is no good. Grizzlies in a hole early here. And the second one is good by Marshall. She's got 4 points. Edwards with it for Northwest. On the floor with Edwards. Kamira Barber in the game now. Number 22, she just came in after that timeout. Barber, a 5'8" sophomore guard. We have a whistle and a turnover. So we have Edwards, Barber, Robinson, Navarrete, and Reed on the floor for Northwest. Shot is short, rebounded by Reed. Reed sends one intended for Barber, intercepted. And here comes Smith putting it up, missing it. The rebound by Carroll. Outside for three, it misses. Rebound again by Topeka. Loose underneath, it goes out of play. It will stay with the Trojans. And they inbound once again. Carroll has it. Now a long three, this time nothing but net by Kiki Smith. That's her second. She's got 6 points. Grizzlies down by a dozen. Barber on the floor. Gives it off to Robinson, back over to Barber. Three-two zone, trying to shoot over it. Barber misses everything. Reed underneath, count it. (15-5), Grizzlies trail. There's a whistle and a foul called. Foul is on Barber. That's her first, team foul number 3. And at the line and making the first one is Addison Carroll. Carroll will get one more. And she makes them both. 17-5, Grizzlies trail. Robinson brings it up across the timeline. Now we have a foul called. Grizzlies will inbound. That's the second team foul on Topeka. And it's on Kiki Smith, her first. They move the ball down right next to the Topeka bench. And that is the point from which Robinson will inbound it to Barber. And we're back underway here. 3:12 to go, first quarter. Grizzlies down by a dozen. Barber turned it over. Inbound play coming for Topeka. Leisman will send it over on the near side to Smith. Smith into the corner, driving under the basket. Missing the shot is Marshall. Back out for a three off the heel, no good. Rebound again by Leisman. Sends it over to Smith. Smith misses it. The rebound to Topeka, and on the putback, a foul is called. It's on Kamira Barber. That's her second. And at the line shooting another pair is Addison Carroll. And she makes the first one. Carroll will get one more. And she makes them both. Grizzlies inbound. Barber underneath. And a whistle. Foul's called on Marshall, her first. (19-5). Grizzlies trail. 2:20 to go here in the first. Richard into the corner. Edwards for three. Off the rim. No good. Rebound to the Trojans. Here they come. 3-on-2. Shot is blocked and rebounded by Reed. Up to Barber. Barber. Spin move. Up. Short. Rebounded by Carroll. Here comes Topeka back. Grizzlies fall back defensively. Smith with it. And dishes it off now to Faith Shields, who came into the game, and give her a bucket. Have a timeout being taken by Northwest. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Let you know we will be back here tomorrow for game number 2, whenever it is played. And right now the Grizzlies have themselves a hole to dig out of. 1, 2, 3, 4 total three-pointers by Topeka so far in this first quarter alone. Grizzlies have a three-pointer from Navarrete as part of their 5 points. Aaliyah Richard back into the game. She will inbound for Northwest. Sasha Reed took a seat. We'll give you the lineup here in just a second. Kenzie Edwards with the ball, back to Richard. Kamira Barber also out there, along with Anaya Simpson. Simpson, the freshman, 5'9" forward. And finally, Innocent Robinson. That's the 5 on the floor for your Grizzlies here in quarter number 1. And another whistle. Both teams have 4 team fouls now. That one is charged to Marshall. I'll take that back. It's charged to Benning. That's her first. Grizzlies will inbound. Robinson will do the job and get it into Barber. Back underway. A long three by Barber. Count it. Kamira Barber breaks the ice, and it's 21-8. Smith with it for Topeka. Into the corner for three. In and out, no good. Benning the rebound, and she gets it. Benning with 4 points. And here's a steal by Smith. Up and doesn't go. The putback doesn't go. And the rebound is knocked out of play and a break for Northwest. Now, in addition, a foul is called on Smith. That's her second. Three off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Topeka. Smith has it. Around the horn it goes. Now there's another three. That's off the heel, no good by Shields. Now a foul is called. And Smith will go to the line and shoot a pair. Foul is charged to Simpson, her first. Sixth team foul on Northwest. And the first free throw is no good. Navarrete comes back in for Northwest. Smith has one more free throw to take, and she makes it. Smith with 7 points in the first quarter. 23 seconds to go now in the first. There's one that rolls in and out, no good. Rebounded by Reed, and a whistle and a travel called on Reed. Things just not going well for Northwest here in quarter number one. Ball inbounded and brought down by Baird. Baird to Benning. Benning off the heel, no good. Rebounded by Robinson. Here's a chance for Northwest. Richard almost walked with it, almost threw it away, and they did call the travel. That will turn it over with 5 seconds to go. A long three by Smith, rims in and out. Robinson sends it down, and that'll do it. We are at the end of the first quarter. And at the end of one, the score is Topeka 24, Northwest 8. We'll be back with the second quarter in 60 seconds. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. That light's lit right there. Or I can go over here to YouTube. Be right with you, folks. That's what's going on over YouTube right now. Grizzlies will inbound to start the second quarter. On the floor for Northwest, Navarrete, Barber, Richard, Robinson, who misses the three, and Sasha Reed. That's your 5 on the floor to start the second quarter. And they're down by a bunch, 24-8. Grizzlies have some work to do here in quarter number 2. And there's a travel. That'll turn it over to Northwest. Edwards comes back in now, replacing Robinson. Navarrete will inbound the basketball for the Grizzlies. Inbounds it to Barber. Barber will bring it across the timeline. Over here to Navarrete on the near side, back to Barber. Barber gives it to Edwards. Back to Barber and across the way, Navarrete. Sasha Reed for 3, misses everything, and the rebound to Smith. Smith coughs it forward to Marshall. Nice pass from Marshall to Baird for the 2-pointer. Grizzlies bring it back down. Barber on the far side into the paint. Drives, puts it up, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Benning. Smith brings it down to Baird. Baird for 3, good. And there's a takeaway by Smith to Baird to Smith and count it. Grizzlies are going to take another timeout. We're going to go ahead and keep it here as it's a 30-second timeout. Give you some of the point totals in the first quarter for Topeka. Baird has 6 so far. Marshall with 3, Carroll with 5, Shields with 2, Kiki Smith with 7, Benning with 4. For Northwest, Navarrete and Barber each have 3, and that's the most in the first quarter for the Grizzlies. 31-8, Grizzlies trail. Coming out of this timeout, they've got work to do. Navarrete will inbound for Northwest. No changes in personnel for the Grizzlies. Barber on the far side will bring it down, virtually uncontested. And she'll drive it, had it knocked out of her hands, loose ball, Smith gets it. Now they're going to say it's Northwest ball on a turnover, and there's a break for the Grizzlies. Coach for Topeka wanting an explanation there. That's the reason for the delay. And now we have something. They're calling a foul on Barber. That's her 3rd. And that, whoop, I did that wrong. That will put Topeka into the bonus here. So this is a 1-and-1 opportunity for LaDacia Baird. First one's up, off the heel, no good. Break for Northwest. Baird gets it back. Now she'll put up a 3. It rims out. Benning the rebound, can't make the shot. Smith steals the rebound pass. Smith again on the rebound. Benning underneath, and another jump ball. This time it will turn over to, actually it's not another, it's the first. And it will turn over to Topeka on the alternating possession, arguably the dumbest rule in all of sports. Nice 12-footer that time by Amari Sharp for Topeka. Robinson underneath is fouled. She will go to the line and shoot 2. second personal on Jamera Benning. It will, and they're not going to send her to the line to shoot two. They're saying it will stay on the floor. She sends it into Navarrete. Richard puts it up, and it doesn't fall. Rebounded by Edwards. Out to Navarrete for three. Off the heel. No good. Rebounded by Sharp. And here comes Topeka back. Smith brings it across the timeline into the paint. Goes coast to coast and is fouled on the way up. She will go to the line and shoot two. Well, I've got this backwards. Let me fix this, folks. First one misses. Smith makes the second one. She makes 1 out of 2. She's got 8 in the game. Here's Robinson with it, and another whistle. The turnover will give it back to, they're calling a blocking foul actually on Sasha Reed. That's her second. Team foul number 9. 35-8. Just inside 5 minutes to go till halftime. There's a steal by Navarrete. She gives it to Reed. Over to Edwards. Edwards across the timeline. Gives it to Robinson. Innocent Robinson pulls it back out. Navarrete on the far side. Back to Robinson. Innocent looking for a three. Didn't get it. Sasha Reed has her pocket picked. They're going to call a foul instead. That is the 6th team foul on Topeka, so everybody's shooting free throws now the rest of the half. One more foul by Northwest will put Topeka into the double bonus. Richard takes the inbound pass back to Robinson. Robinson for three. Off the heel, no good. Goes out of play, and it will stay with Northwest. Robinson will inbound again. She's looking for Richard. Leah Richard with the ball. Spin move, gives it back to Robinson. Across the way to Edwards. Back to Robinson, a three up. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded there by Carroll. And a whistle and a foul call. This will be double bonus time. And the foul's on Robinson. That's her third. And that's the last thing the Grizzlies need is for her to foul out. We'll see if they sub her out with foul trouble here in the second quarter. First one rattles around and does fall. Carroll has 6 points, all from the line. She'll get one more. Missed that one. Rebound to Robinson. To Richard. In the paint. Sharp lost it. Smith for three off the heel, no good. Rebounded there by Marshall. And they're saying it went out of play. It will be Grizzly basketball. On the floor for Northwest, Aaliyah Richard with the ball. Kenzie Edwards, Sasha Reed, Navarrete, and Innocent Robinson. Robinson underneath, and a foul called as Robinson went to get the ball, and that will put the Grizzlies into the bonus. Benning comes back in for Topeka. Aaliyah Richards at the line to shoot a 1-and-1. The first one is good. And if I said Aaliyah Richard, I meant Innocent Robinson's at the line. Anaya Simpson comes in for Reed. Robinson will get one more. And she makes them both. Grizzlies in double figures. With the ball is Leisman for Topeka. She gives it to Marshall on the near side, who's double teamed. Marshall to Benning. It doesn't go. Benning gets her own rebound, puts it up, and count it. Benning has 6. And now we have a whistle. And we have a foul call that'll be a 1-and-1 shot. Robinson will go to the line again to shoot a 1-and-1. Coach Myers barking instructions to his troops. First one from Robinson is good. She's got 3 points, all from the stripe. One more off the heel that time. No good. Rebounded by Topeka. Here comes Leisman down the court with it. Gives it to Benning over here on the near side. Marshall puts it up. It's blocked. She gets the rebound, though. Feeds it out to Baird, and now we have a whistle. And it looks like it's going to be a travel called against Topeka. Northwest will get the ball. 38-11. Grizzlies trail. 2:52 to go in the second quarter. And that one goes out of play and never came into play. It will turn over, however, to Topeka. Leisman will inbound for the Trojans. Now they're saying no. It will be Shields that will be inbounding. Leisman, top of the key. Still has it, now dishes it off to Carroll. Carroll back to Leisman. Leisman now into the corner. And in and out from Shields. Doesn't go. Rebounded by Simpson. Here comes Edwards with it. She brings it down, gives it off to Robinson. Robinson looking for some help. Man-to-man defense now. Slipping into a 2-3 zone for Topeka. Robinson puts it up, blocked. Benning gets the rebound. Grizzlies fall back defensively. Leisman has it, top of the key. Drives, sends it in the corner to Marshall. Marshall back out to Shields. Shields to Marshall. Marshall pulls it all the way back out, and will do it all over again. She brings it in, gives it to Shields. Shields to Carroll. Carroll back to Shields and back to Leisman. And we're doing a great job of burning clock here. There's one blocked by the Grizzlies, but they couldn't get it out. And now we have a whistle, and a timeout has been taken by Topeka. And this will be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. Not a lot to talk about as far as points for the Grizzlies side, as we only have 11 in the game. Grizzlies just not been able to get good shooting off. And they trail by 27 here in the second quarter. They will come back tomorrow. This is a Topeka team that man for man is taller than Northwest. That's a similar problem to what the boys have. The Grizzlies are not tall players. 1:34 to go. Smith will inbound to resume play. Gets it to Leisman. Leisman to Benning inside off the glass. Doesn't go. She's fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot 2. Foul is on Navarrete. That's her second. Benning is at the line shooting a pair. And the first one by Benning is good. Second one, in and out, no good. Rebounded by the Grizzlies. Navarrete gives it to Aaliyah Richard. Simpson in the game. Also in the game for Northwest coming in is Amaya Alvarez, the 5'7" freshman guard. Robinson with it for Northwest. She drives, gives it to Richard for three. Good! Aaliyah Richard, broken finger and all, cans a three. And she's on the score sheet. Less than a minute to go in the first half. That one's in and out. And that will turn over to Northwest. 43 to go till halftime. Navarrete gives it to Robinson. Robinson pressured by Leisman. Gets it across the timeline and gives it to Aaliyah Richard. Grizzlies will probably play for one shot, unless they get an easy opening. Simpson gives it to Navarrete, to Robinson. Robinson pulls it back out, 24 to go. Into the corner for Richard. Richard thought about it, goes up, puts it up, count it. Aaliyah Richard has 5 points in the last minute. 10 seconds to go now. Loose ball on the floor. And what are they going to call? The whistle blows. It's a jump ball. And on the alternating possession, it will go to Northwest. They will have it with 6 seconds to go in the half. And a chance to get 2 more points. Simpson gives it to Navarrete for three. Misses everything, and that's the end of the second quarter. We are at halftime. Topeka 39, Northwest 16. We'll be back with a summary of scoring and our halftime extravaganza after this 60-second timeout. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. Back at Lawrence Free State with the lovely and talented Mrs. Arkin. Kevin Arkin with you here at halftime. Grizzlies trail 39-16. It has been all Topeka here in the first half. Give you some scoring highlights here in just a moment. Okay, for Topeka, Baird has 6. Camara Marshall with 3. Addison Carroll with 6, all from the stripe. Faith Shields with a pair. Amari Sharp with a pair. Kiki Smith has 8 to lead all scorers. And Jamara Benning with 7. And that's the scoring summary for the Trojans. For Northwest, leading scorer for Northwest, Aaliyah Richard has 5. She got them all in a 30-second span late in the second quarter. Kamira Barber with 3, Innocent Robinson with 3, Aubrey Navarrete with 3, and someone else has 2 that I missed. And we're at 39-16 here at halftime. We don't have a halftime guest for you tonight. I was hoping that our host, the athletic director here, Mr. Shaw, would have an opportunity to come up and sit for a few minutes, but he is tied up. I can see where he is, and he's tied up with another matter, so we're not going to get him up here, I'm sure. So we'll have no halftime guest. We're going to just leave it right where it is. You can see the host team, Free State, warming up for their game against Eisenhower. We'll just let you watch that for a couple of minutes, and then we'll be back with the third quarter. Stay with us. Glad to have you with us wherever you are on the World Wide Web. 39-16 at halftime. I didn't notice if anybody was down there. Linda's not here. Linda Hall usually does the book. She's not here.
You don't have to have somebody down there?
We're not the home team, so we technically know. The home team book is the official book.
And didn't Northwest already play at North? Wasn't that the game that I...
Oh, yeah, you brought stuff in. So
yes.
that's a home game. Yeah. You're right, that is a home game. Welcome back as we count down halftime here. Got about 3 minutes to go until the start of the third quarter, and it will be Topeka getting the ball first in quarter number 3. Programming note, tomorrow we're on, no matter when we play, based on what's going on now, I would guess we're going to be playing at 4:30 tomorrow. We will be on the air at 4:10 with Marcus Myers' pregame show. Unless the Grizzlies turn this around here in the second half, and they're down by 23 here at halftime. So they've got a long way to climb back in this one. But we'll see what happens. But that's the way it's looking right now. Programming note, beyond that, the boys have the rest of the week off because it's girls tournament week. Both teams are back in action Tuesday night at home against the North High basketball team. They just changed their name, and for the life of me, I can't remember what it is. You remember what it is, Donna? The Red Hawks. They changed their name to the Red Hawks, and the Red Hawks of North High. I'm going to have to get used to saying that anyway. They will be in Tuesday night for a doubleheader, and will be on the air 5:40 on Tuesday night with the girls' pregame show, followed by the girls' game and then the boys. Got some work here to do at Lawrence Free State. The winner of this game will play the winner of Goddard Eisenhower and Lawrence Free State, the host school. And the losers will play the losers of that game. We're all set here for the start of the third quarter. Glad to have you with us. And keeping in mind that we are not hardwired tonight, we are using a hotspot. We know that there have been a couple of intermittent interruptions in signal. There's not a thing we can do about it. We appreciate your patience and hope you're enjoying the game we're giving you. Grizzlies will play now from right to left here in the third quarter. And again, it will be Topeka getting the ball first. To start the third quarter. Grizzlies have 2 timeouts remaining. Topeka has 4. Let me update that. Round the horn it goes. Underneath, Smith puts it up, count it. Smith gets it 2, and she's got 10 points. Aaliyah Richard has it now, gets it from Robinson. Sasha Reed on the floor. Kenzie Edwards on the floor, and Aubrey Navarrete, the starting 5 in the game now for Northwest. There's a block shot and a rebound by Topeka. Baird all alone, easy lay-in. Underneath to Sasha Reed for 2. And Reed gets on the scoreboard for the first time. Smith has it, feeds it underneath, nice pass. Baird has it, knocks it out of bounds. It will stay with Topeka. Benning has it, gives it to Smith for 3, misses everything, and the rebound by Aaliyah Richard. Richard sends it up to Robinson. Robinson in the paint. Nice, easy movement, but she can't get the ball to drop. Baird has it. It goes out of play, and it was knocked out by Kenzie Edwards, and it will be a turnover to the Topeka Trojans. 6:38 to go here in the third quarter, and that one, oh, nice save that time. Benning has it off the glass, counted. Jamira Benning has 9. Kenzie Edwards sends it back out to Robinson. To Navarrete right below us. And there's one almost picked off by Smith. Robinson gets it. Navarrete to Edwards. Edwards in the corner. Robinson for 3. Short. And the rebound to Baird. Here comes Topeka back with it. 45-18, Grizzlies trail. And Sasha Reed gets a clean block. It will stay with Topeka. Navarrete comes out. In the game for Northwest is Kamira Barber. There's a shot rebounded by Barber and knocked out a play that should stay with Northwest, and it does. Robinson will inbound for the Grizzlies. Barber has it. She brings it up the floor in the paint. She's fouled. We'll see if she goes to the line or if they're just going to keep it as a common foul. It'll be a common foul. The ball will be on the floor. Robinson will inbound. And the inbound is stolen by Leisman. Now Edwards gets it back, and then her pocket is picked by Smith, who lays it in. Barber brings it down. And a whistle. And they're going to call Barber for a charge. And on the player control foul, that will turn it over. Marshall inbounds it to Leisman. Smith has it, drives, sends one wide, and a nice play by Marshall off the nice feed for 2 points. And we have a timeout called by, I think it's by Northwest. Yes, it is a timeout taken by Northwest. And it's a full timeout. We'll take it with them. Back in 60, this is Grizzly basketball. Back at Lawrence Free State, coming out of the timeout. That'll be Grizzly basketball. Robinson takes the inbound pass from Aaliyah Richard, and it's quickly picked off. Smith has it, drives up, and good. Kiki Smith has 14 points in the game, including 6 in this quarter. Around the horn it goes. Navarrete puts one up for three off the rim. No good. And it's rebounded by Sharp. Down to Smith. Smith parked under the basket. Easy lay-in for Smith. Robinson to Richard. And we have a whistle, and is it a foul or is it a turnover? Yeah, I thought it was a travel. And that's what it is. Topeka gets the ball on the inbound play. Leisman with it, top of the key. Marshall on the near side, now to Sharp. Sharp under the basket, puts it up, it doesn't go. Benning on the rebound, Colt counts it. Benning with 11. Edwards. Off the glass, Edwards scores. That's her first basket of the night. Marshall for three. Missed everything, but the putback is there. Topeka doing everything right here. This game, Grizzlies really never were in it tonight. Sasha Reed gets two cracks at it, can't make it go. Rebounded by Marshall. She'll bring it down the floor herself. From the free throw line, puts it up for two. And Marshall was 7. 2:45 to go, third quarter. 59-20, Grizzlies trail. On the near side is Edwards. Kenzie Edwards sends it to Robinson. Oh, she thought about a three. Then thought better of it. Now that ball's deflected into the Grizzlies bench. And Anaya Simpson will come in for Northwest. So for the Grizzlies in the game, we've got Richard, Simpson, Edwards, Navarrete, and Robinson. Leisman sends it back. Kiki Smith with it, gives it back to Leisman. And trying to pick her pocket was Aaliyah Richard, and she's going to get called for a foul. First foul on Richard. And she will come out of the game and be replaced by the 5'4" freshman guard number 2, J.C. Schur. 15-footer rims out, no good. Rebounded by Simpson. Simpson to Navarrete. To Robinson. Robinson spin move, puts it up off the glass. Doesn't go. Leisman gets the rebound. On the near side to Smith. On the far side for three. A three-pointer by Shayla Simpson. Her first points of the game. Well, they only counted it as a 2. Whoops. We'll do the same. Three-pointer for the Grizzlies. Leisman dishes it out. Sharp sends it over. There's another three-point attempt, missing everything this time. Who's going to get the rebound? They go down in a heap. Smith gets it, and Sharp lays it in. Mari Sharp scores again. Less than a minute to go in the third quarter. Simpson, and a foul called. Oh, instead of a foul, they called a travel. That will turn it over. Richard comes back in with 27 seconds to go in the third quarter. Leisman will bring it across the timeline for Topeka. And Edwards is going to be guilty of a foul. That'll be her first. On the near side. And there's one picked off by Kenzie Edwards. 10 seconds to go. That one goes out of play. It will stay with Northwest. With 7 seconds remaining in the quarter. Grizzlies with a chance to get a couple of points here. Richard for three. Good! Aaliyah Richard. And that is the end of the third quarter. At the end of three, it's Topeka 63 and Northwest 26. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in 60 seconds. This is Grizzly basketball. Back for the fourth quarter with the lovely and talented executive producer, Donna Arkin. Kevin Arkin with you. Grizzlies trail 63-26. This will be a running clock quarter. On the floor for Northwest, Navarrete, Edwards, Richard, Simpson, and J.C. Shore. I would expect that Leah Richard is done for the day, saving her for tomorrow. Shore with it. Back out to Edwards. Edwards gives it to, Richard's on the floor, excuse me. Shore for three. In and out, no good. Kiki Smith with the ball for Topeka. A long two that time by Shayla Simpson. Edwards with it to Navarrete. A long three. Good! Aubrey Navarrete for three. And she has 6 in the game. Oops. That one went out of play. It sure did. That will turn over to Northwest. Kamira Barber comes back in for Northwest, replacing Kenzie Edwards. So we have Edwards, Navarrete, Shore, Richard, and Simpson on the floor for your Grizzlies here in the fourth quarter. Simpson to Richard. Richard driving, putting it up off the glass. Good. Leisman for three, misses. Rebound to Simpson. Simpson gives it to Richard. Richard back to Navarrete. Underneath to Simpson, laying it in. Nice play. 65-33. 5:30 and counting. That one rims in and out, no good. Simpson gets the rebound. It's knocked out of play, and it will turn over to Northwest. Now we have a substitute coming in. And the Grizzlies also going to bring in a couple of substitutions at the next opportunity. And we'll tell you about those in just a moment. Meanwhile, we have Kamira Barber with the ball, knocked out of her hands, and loose on the floor, a tie-up. That will be a jump ball. And on the alternating possession, it will go to Topeka. Now coming in for Northwest, a 5'1" freshman guard, number 3, Alondra Morales, and she is joined by a 5'9" freshman forward, number 34, Nikayla Parker. There's a 2-point shot, good by Faith Shields. She has 4 in the game. Barber drives it down the floor, tried to put it up. She's fouled. Oh, no, she's not. They called that a jump ball, and on the alternating possession, it will go to Northwest. Back out to Richard. On the far side to Barber. Barber puts up a shot that is short. Rebounded by Benning. She gives it to Leisman. Leisman sends it all the way down to Marshall. Marshall, spin move, taken away by Barber. Kamira Barber brings it down the floor. 1-on-2. And they're not calling anything except out of bounds. And now the referees are going to talk about it. And the referee is admonishing the crowd. It appears that Topeka may have brought down about 30 extra referees who are in the stands tonight. And the referee put things where they need to be. There's a foul. Second team foul on Topeka. Fouls on Benning, number 3 on her, and it will send Barber to the line to shoot a pair. Barber has not yet scored in this half. Barber's first one is up, and it rims out. And Kamira Barber makes 1 out of 2. .228 to go in the game. And a foul is going to be called on Barber. Not exactly sure what all that was about, but it's Topeka ball. There's a long 2 off the heel. Rebounded by Baird, who puts it up and misses. Benning, the putback, got it. Robinson to Navarrete. A long 3. That goes up over the glass. That'll turn over to Topeka. And now Sasha Reed comes back in for Navarrete. Reed, Richard, Robinson, Parker, and Shore in the game for Northwest. Richard checks out of the game, having scored 10 points tonight. Pretty good with a broken finger. Marshall has it. Dishes it off to Baird. Now to Leisman. Leisman on the far side to Simpson. And a foul called. Fouls on Robinson. That's her fourth. 40 seconds remaining in the game. Far side. In the game for Northwest, by the way, Maya Alvarez has returned, and Alondra Morales is in the game for Northwest as well. So everybody got a chance to be on the floor tonight, albeit in a losing cause. 7 seconds to go. Benning puts it up, and it doesn't go. That'll do it. We're final. Your final score tonight, Northwest falls 69-34 to Topeka. We'll be back to give you some totals and tell you about tomorrow after this 60-second timeout. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. Grizzlies fall tonight 69-34. The final score to Topeka. They will play tomorrow in the losers bracket of this tournament. They will play the loser of the game that is coming up next. We are not bringing you that game. Eisenhower Tigers will play Free State Redbirds, or Firebirds rather, next. And the loser of that game will play us tomorrow at 4:30. We will be on the air tomorrow at 4:10 with Marcus Myers and the pregame show. So we invite you to join us. If you can't make the drive up here to Lawrence, join us on the World Wide Web at 4:10 tomorrow afternoon for Northwest and either Eisenhower or Lawrence Free State. Give you the totals real quick. For Topeka, LaDacia Bird had 6. Shayla Simpson with 5. 7 points for Marshall. Carroll had 6. Faith Shields with 2. Amari Sharp with 4. Kiki Smith, big scorer tonight, had 18 points for Topeka. Jamara Benning, another big scorer tonight. She had 13 for the Trojans. For Northwest, Anaya Simpson had 4. Kenzie Edwards had a pair. Aaliyah Richard, the big scorer for Northwest, had 10. Kamira Barber with 4. Innocent Robinson with 3. Sasha Reed with a pair. And Aubrey Navarrete with 6. And we had 5 points tonight for Northwest, unaccounted for because I didn't see them. And that's the way it is. Thank you all again for joining us. For my lovely bride, Donna, who will be here again tomorrow, I'm Kevin Arkin saying Grizzlies fall 69-34. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a pleasant evening.